Untreated hearing loss not only disconnects you from family, friends, work, and it also exposes you to higher risk of dementia, depression, memory loss, and injury. Joining us now to talk about hearing loss and the importance of addressing it from a trusted healthcare professional is Dr. Cliff Olson. Dr. Olson, how are you doing this morning?
Hi, Brad. Good morning. Thank you for having me. I'm doing great.
So, hey, let's talk about how common is hearing loss in the USA right now?
Well, hearing loss is one of the more common conditions that we'll face over the course of our lifetime. If you look at ages 12 and up, approximately 30 million Americans have hearing loss.
Wow. Let me ask you, why are so many people putting off, of course, getting a hearing aid?
Well, I think historically people have put it off longer than what they should, but with the advancements in hearing aid technology, it's no surprise that more and more people are adopting hearing treatment at substantially earlier times after they identify that they have hearing loss.
All right. People, of course, are kind of like, do I want a hearing aid? Do I not want a hearing aid? What are some of the biggest issues people are worried about wearing a hearing aid?
Yeah, number one, what people want to be able to do who have a hearing loss is hear better in a background noise situation. And hearing aid manufacturers really have taken this to heart. When you look at hearing aids like the ReSound Omnia hearing aid, this particular hearing aid can improve speech intelligibility by up to 150% better in a background noise situation compared to older technology. So that is one problem that individuals want solved, and that's what hearing aid manufacturers are focused on.
Yeah, and I love that they're getting smaller, which is so important there. And that's why we need to make sure we're addressing, of course, hearing loss. And it's so important, isn't it?
Absolutely. And different people want different things. I mean, some people want the better hearing and background noise. Some people want a hearing aid that you cannot see. And some people want a hearing aid that you can connect to your smartphone so you can listen to things all day long if you really want to.
Yeah, it's amazing the technology that's come now for this, and so important. And again, let's make sure people understand that it's nothing wrong of getting a hearing aid so that way you can hear, because we mentioned it right there, injuries, dementia, connecting with family and friends. It's so important, isn't it?
Absolutely. When you start taking away someone's ability to hear, it increases their social isolation, increases risk of dementia, like you mentioned. And there's a lot of other effects that people have on their lives just by having this untreated hearing loss. So the smartest thing that you can do is get your hearing loss identified and treated as early as humanly possible.
Yeah, you said right there, early as possible, because we know that some of the younger people think that if you get a hearing aid that you're going to be old and all this, but that's not true, is it?
It really isn't. I think this stigma is starting to go away. I actually did some research on this when I was going through my university, and a lot of individuals, especially younger individuals, do not identify that there's any negative stigma associated with hearing aids. I think that's typically some of the more older generations that still believe that that's there, but you can't even see these hearing aids nowadays, so no one really knows that you even have hearing loss or that you're treating it.
Yeah, and it's so important there, again, to make sure we get it taken care of. And we said the technology is so different now and so important. So where can people find more information about, of course, hearing loss and getting it taken care of?
Well, of course you can go online, but you have to make sure that you find a reputable source of information when you do. So going to websites like ReSound.com, you can even take an online hearing screener on their website to identify if you may have hearing loss. And if you do, you can find a local hearing care professional in your area. You can also go to hearingup.com, which is a network of vetted hearing care professionals who are committed to following best practice audiologic care.
Perfect. Doctor, thank you very much. And again, if someone's out there and need the help, please get this information and get the hearing taken care of.